Hello, you guys. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
I can hear you.
Okay. Good evening, you guys. For those who may not know me, my name is Kayla Joshua, and I am a financial services mentor. I am the owner of Knowledge Solutions. And what this group is based on, particularly, is we focus on helping small business owners who make under $500,000 structure their business properly. So that's my goal with this group. It's over 2,000 people in this group. I will be eventually moving it to another group where it's public so you guys can add your family and friends. But since we're already here, I want to thank you guys for joining us tonight. And I do have two special guests with me. I'm going to have Miss Ambre Sanders. This is her specialty. She is certified in bookkeeping and accounting, and as well as Mrs. Acima. And I hold both of these women very dear to me, and I just want to introduce you to them. Amber, if you can go first and introduce yourself.
Hello, good evening, everyone. My name is Ambre Sanders, and just like Kayla said, I have over 15 years of experience in bookkeeping and accounting, and I also work in the budgeting field. So, yeah, so this is something that I love. This is something near and dear to my heart. So, if you guys have any questions, please let me know.
And Asima.
Um, Hi everyone. My name is Acima Rames. I have about 20 plus years in bookkeeping experience across many different industries, from manufacturing to retail. Small business is my specialty, and QuickBooks is also my preferred software to use. But I am also one of those that'll go back and do everything on Excel for you if you need.
All right, perfect. Thank you, ladies. So, like I said, disclaimer, I am not a bookkeeper, okay? Taxes is my forte. Business structure, getting your business set up the right way. And the way I wanted to start with the topic of bookkeeping first, because it's so many people that come to me and they're like, hey, Kayla, I need to get my taxes prepared. I have a small business. I do landscaping, I do hair, I do nails, I babysit. And I'm like, where's your profit and loss? They're like, what is that? And unfortunately, with our community, it's sad to say, but I'm just being transparent and being clear here. We don't know about running a small business. So, if either one of you guys can give some tips and tools on what they can do if they're a brand new business owner and they're new to entrepreneurship, if you guys don't mind letting us know or letting the community know what they can do as far as bookkeeping goes.
I guess I'll start and take this one. For anyone that's new at bookkeeping, I would say I would definitely consult with a financial advisor. I would consult with someone that's in the business and get more tips and tricks on how to, move forward with your business. Starting off, I feel like some companies can do it on their own as far as with QuickBooks and things like that, but I would definitely take a financial class or get with the financial advisor.
Asima?
I'll piggyback on that. I actually try to advise people not to use software if they're not trained in the software. QuickBooks, you can make a lot of mistakes if you don't know bookkeeping. My first thing is, if you're not a bookkeeper or an accountant, it's fine. Pay somebody. That's what we're here for. We actually go to school for a while for it. You know what I mean? So there's a lot of things. There's some simple things you can do, but if you really want to get your books done, I suggest outsourcing it and not taking it on yourself.
All right, thank you, ladies. I appreciate it. I'm glad to get two different perspectives on it. My, from what I know, bookkeeping is like the bloodline of the business. In order to know if your business is growing, you have to know where you started. You can't know if you have any outstanding goals or where you need to go if you've never kept your books. In order to get loans, you need to know how much money your business is making. But if you don't have your books together, that's going to be hard. So, do you guys suggest any certain apps my community can use to keep track, say, of their mileage? I do taxes, and I have a lot of clients who drive to people's house to do certain jobs. Do you have any apps or anything that you can suggest? I know about Hurdler. They say that one is good, and it pulls the information directly from your bank account. And it tracks the miles from your car if you cut it on. Also, Wave. Those are the only two I personally know about. Do you have any suggestions as far as any other apps where they can upload their receipts for their expenses or anything to that effect?
QuickBooks has a very simple file for those of you that just do, like, if you're gig employees, your gig workers, etc. They have a QuickBooks SE, QuickBooks Self-Employed. That will get all of your receipts in. It'll also track your mileage for you really quickly. And there's always a help button in that in on those softwares on the top that'll get you straight through and give you all the information you need on how to use it. So that's a good one. Self-employed QuickBooks. I have a couple of clients that use that.
Okay, thank you. I appreciate that. Because I know it's hard. I like I said, I'm not a bookkeeper, and I don't want to, give my clients a disservice when they come to me to get their taxes done, and they're handing me 12 months of bank statements. So I'm looking at it like, what is this? Where's your profit and loss? Um, I don't know what to do with this. I can do it, that's basic math, but I don't know what's an expense, what's income, especially if you have different types. A lot of people are entrepreneurs. They do more things. They work their regular jobs. They might do Uber, they might do Lyft, they might do DoorDash. So it's a lot of different things that they come to you with. So it's like, how do you keep track of that? Um, what do you think the main important part of having a bookkeeper is? Like, what's if you don't have a bookkeeper and you have a business, how do you feel that'll hurt you in the long run? Especially as far as taxes go.
Go ahead. Go ahead, honey. Please go
Amber.
ahead.
So I feel like it hurts you in the long run because, like you stated earlier, your bookkeeping, I mean, if you think about it, getting your financial together is the bloodline of your business, right? So if you don't have a bookkeeping services, or if you're not knowledgeable in that area, it's hard for you to, let's say, have everything together. If, let's say, if you come down on an audit, you don't have all that information together. Let's say if you're going for different loans, you don't have that information to give any prospective loan companies or things like that for
Hmm.
uh, things in your business. So I feel like it hurts it tremendously. And then let's say if you want to make other moves as far as with the business, I feel like you can't do that because you don't have all your information together. You don't know how much you're spending in that business and things in that nature. So it can hurt you tremendously if you don't have all of that together.
Yeah, what can end up happening is you can overspend. You can think that you're profitable when you're not. Because there's money in the bank does not mean there's money in your business. That's one thing that you learn the hard way as your business starts to thrive. Cash flow, it does not mean that your assets have been taken care of or that you have taken care of your liabilities. And these are, of course, accounting words that might go over people's heads. But if you want to get a line of credit, if you want to get a net 30, sometimes at some place, you say you just want to go somewhere so that you can start ordering. If you can't provide to them and show them what your income is versus your expenses and how your business is doing, they won't allow you that credit.
Hmm.
Okay.
So it
So
would be based off of your EIN or your personal credit if they ask for a personal guarantor, so they want to show proof of what your
right, but
bottom line is.
but then you're giving them you're not giving them the correct picture of your business.
If you
You're
don't have
giving them the personal picture. That's
Yes.
different.
Okay, okay, all right. I
Yeah.
love it. I love it.
Agree, totally agree. That is the health and the heart of your business. And then it also is a credibility factor. That's what they use to say, okay, this person is credible. We can go ahead and move forward with it. Companies trust you and they feel good in as far as lending to you. And also keeping up with your business, your bookkeeping also help with tax cuts and breaks and seeing where you're, where you need to, tailoring spending and things in that nature.
Okay, thank
Yes, I want to piggyback on that because I had a client that went to someone else
you.
to
Uh-huh.
do their taxes, and of course I did their books. And I told them, I said, I don't know, you've got to make sure that your tax preparer is getting all of your deductions and all of the other things taken care of, because according to your books, you're going to owe a lot. So now you know what they did? They ended up firing that CPA because they did exactly the wrong thing, and found and had them owing like $8,000 to in taxes when they actually only owed 4 to 5, because they didn't look at the business in total. And that happens when you don't have your books together, and that also happens when you have too many people in your pot. See, he had a bookkeeper and a CPA and a tax preparer. That's too many people.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. And a lot of people, I'm glad you mentioned that. A lot of people feel like they have to have all three.
Mm-hmm.
And absolutely not. If you have your books together, you can eliminate two of those people. So you're just shelving out more money spending for an accountant, a bookkeeper, and a tax preparer. So just keep that in mind.
Thank you, thank you. I didn't think about it like that. Do you guys know, like, literally, people think that all CPAs know taxes and they know tax law, and that's the craziest thing to me. Because a lot of times people come to me and say, "Hey, I'm looking to get my taxes done. Are you a CPA?" I'm like, "No." Oh, well, I don't know, if I should come to you. Most CPAs don't even do taxes. That's not their specialty. That's not what they specialize in. So I can totally see where both of you guys are coming from. One final question before I wrap it up. What do you feel about quarterly taxes? Is it up to the client? Is it their responsibility to show the the bookkeeper? Is it up to the bookkeeper to tell the client, like, hey, first quarter is over. Like, we just ended the first quarter of 2023. And I know a lot of people did not pay their quarterly taxes. They don't know where to go to pay their quarterly taxes. They don't know if they are paying quarterly taxes off of their net that they made in the first 3 months of the year, or their gross that they made in the first 3 months of the year. To when they do find the IRS website to make the payments, or as a bookkeeper, do you guys make that payment for them? That's one question. Then another one is, I know a lot of people want you to generate 1099s for their business or schedule K1s for their business. Do you guys do that for them? Is that included in the bookkeeping prices, or is that something that they have to get on their own?
Well, that's something that will be included in my bookkeeping prices. Okay. So I'm all about empowering my clients, making sure they understand. I notice a lot of people aren't familiar, like you said, with quarterly taxes and waiting until the end of the year. And then they have this huge tax bill. And then, of course, with them not able to keep up with their bookkeeping, sometimes they don't have the cash flow to pay that balance. So that's something that I try to discuss with my clients. I do use that as an option for them to do quarterly taxes, and it is something that I do charge for.
Oh, so
As far
you do the
yeah,
taxes for them. If you do
yeah,
their bookkeeping, you prepare and you do the quarterly taxes for them.
I would prefer to do that if that's a service they want to have.
Okay.
Absolutely. And as far as with the K1s are issued when once you go ahead and file for your, let's say if you have an S corp, if you have an S corp or a partnership, once you file your partnership and your S corp, that's usually a K1 is usually followed with that. So that will be something that will be issued off of that. So it is a charge for that as well.
And you would use that K1 and you use that form to file your 1040 taxes, because that's the income that you're reporting that you made from the business, correct?
Absolutely.
All right,
Absolutely.
thank you. That makes so much sense. Asima, any words on that? Because I have a lot of people with that question.
Yes, it really, honestly, for me, it depends on the nature of your business and how big your business is.
Hmm.
Sometimes I won't even talk to you about certain things because it's not relevant. You
Yeah.
don't need 1099s. You don't need K1s. You know what I mean? Because it's just you and you're doing hair. But we still are setting up your books the right way. So don't think because you've only made $10,000 this year and you're not a big business, a self-employed business, that you don't need a bookkeeper and you don't need your books in order. So I do have a lot more of my clients. Like I have t-shirt guys and truckers, etc., and they don't have employees and they don't receive partnership receipts, but they still need their books done. So, but if that is something that you need, yes, all of those things are extra charge.
Okay. Thank you, ladies. And
And
go
can
ahead,
I just,
Amber.
yeah, I
Yeah.
just want to reiterate that. And I'm glad you said that, Asima. So, K1s are issued when you have your business set up a certain type of way. Like, let's say if you have an S Corp or if you have a partnership, so, and or a C Corp. Usually those, when you file those taxes, and the deadline is usually around the 15th of March of every year, it's followed by a K1. If you're set up with a LLC, those type of K1s forms, they won't be required for it. But for those that do have a partnership, so that would be a question I would ask: how is your business set up? Do you have a partnership? Are you a LLC? So these are some questions that your bookkeeper will be asking you, during the first initial phase of setting you up.
All right. Well, thank you, ladies. I know I personally learned a lot, and I just really appreciate you guys. I just want to give it to you guys. Thank you. I appreciate you because you didn't have to take the time out to be here tonight to do this and share this information. Because a lot of times, like I said, we don't know. Not because we don't know, we don't want to know. We just lack the knowledge, or we're too scared to ask questions. Because, every time you turn around, people are charging for information. So I want to thank you. Thank you for coming. If you guys can please give us your information and how we can reach you. If we do want to hire you for bookkeeping, if we do want to set up a consultation, because I know your time is money, how can the people in the group reach out to you?
So I will link something to my website, and it's KeyQuest Financial. And also you can email me at ambry.sanders@keyquestfinancialservices.com. I will also put that in the chat. And also I'm on Facebook and Instagram at KeyQuest Services.
And Asima?
I'm I'm typing furiously as we speak, so it's gonna be in the chat. I'm just leaving my email, my telephone number, and then I'll leave my my Facebook business group. Um, yeah, I'm a texter. I'm quite informal for a bookkeeper who's been doing it for so long. So I like texts and more than I like emails. So there's that.
Okay, I'm glad you let us know what your communication language is. So, thank you, ladies. Thank you once again. Like I said, my name is Kayla Joshua of Knowledge Solutions, and I am a financial services mentor slash coach. So, if you have a small business and you're just getting started, pandemic came for everybody, and we all jumped into some type of side hustle to make more money. But now it's the pandemic is over, and we're trying to figure out how do we legitimately run a business, especially in the Black community. Please, by all means, reach out if you have any questions or concern. Please reach out to Miss Ambre or Mrs. Seema. If you are looking for bookkeeping, if you want to reach out to me, I will forward the information to them as well, because we already passed the first quarter. We're in quarter two. So you have to make sure your book's in order so that way you're ready for next year. You guys have a nice night, and I don't know what the topic gonna be for next week, but we'll see. And if you have any suggestions, just let me know. All right, thank you, ladies.
Thank you.
All right, good night.
Bye.
Bye bye.